Hi everybody, it's Vicky and I'm back with these things. I altered some, you saw those, and then I used a few of them, and I'll show you what I did with them. And I'm sure that you guys do layering and make cards and on your projects and can use those as well in your colors that you'll be using. You know what's really good? Probably it'd be good on cigar boxes, you know, to decoupage on there and then paint them. So anyway, that just came to mind. So anyway, these are the inspiration for this video, and yeah, I just am trying to use my stash, things I have a lot of, and you know, use it and give it away, and good riddance. So anyway, okay, so this is the little boxes I have. I have a bunch of these in, it fits in a bigger box. They sell them at Michael's. And so what I've been doing is putting all my little embellishments that I've made, you know, which I haven't done with these over here on my table. Oh my gosh, remember these? I've got to put those in the little boxes too. But anyway, then you can bring out your box of little embellishments and stick them on all kinds of little projects, right? So this is how I'm going to put them away, the ones that I've done. I don't think I showed a couple of, isn't this so pretty? I mean, it's really wildly crazy, you know, bright colors and stuff, which, you know, normally I don't like. But I'm kind of growing on these, especially pink. I love that fuchsia pink and the, anyway, so I just thought these got hidden. I guess they didn't see these, but okay, so that's different from my normal. So anyway, I'm going to put these in here and use those when I make some more. I get bored of making these things, so then I have to go off to another thing. So anyway, let me show you the things I've made. So the latest thing I just made while in between the last video and now is this. And so though I could have just used regular lace on here, as I realized later, I didn't know I was making this. I had a piece of paper, white paper, and I just wanted to see the colors, and I painted the piece of paper, and then I decided I'm going to put it on chipboard because it was a long piece. I cut the edges, curved them on one side to make it look like a book, and then I thought, oh, I don't know, I'll just put it on lightweight chipboard, so that's what I did. And then I distressed it with some walnut stain distressing, and I don't know, I think it came out, isn't this neat how it came out? Yeah, I don't think I could duplicate it. But it was fun to make, and anyway, so, and then I had this on my desk because I did a rolled rose for something else, and then I decided not to use it, so I stuck it on here. I made some teeny tiny rolled roses, and this is the piece that I gessoed, you know, that of those things, my inspiration pieces. Piece of I don't know, I got in my bag of goodies from the vintage market. You know, I got all these are linen pieces, so I've been using linen pieces. She has sold me those that are just, you know, little random bits and pieces. So I cut up pieces and put that on here. I really like the linen look on here. With this is what do you call that? What is that called? Sari ribbon, but this is a linen. This is a piece of linen fabric that I made up for that. But this is a sari ribbon as well as this stuff. So I'm really into this stuff. I love it. It's silk, and it feels so good. And so then, of course, I made this to be like a wall hanging. It kind of evolved. I stamped it. I think this is coffee ink And then I stamped this also. It's one of my stamps I got, I think, a Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure. And this is my stash. So I layered these things with gauze, and in the back I stamped it with my stamp because I thought this was so, different. So wanted people to like do stuff outside the box. There's a little piece of fabric I just stuck on there with a whole bunch of these little variegated threads, and then I just stuck a couple more of those little things on there. So that's the one I just made. So yep. And then earlier I was playing around with some of those pieces. I did a little collage, stuck this on here and collaged a bunch of pieces of paper that was on my desk. And so that's what came of this, and I like the rough edges, and I'll probably make a card out of this. Right now it's not, but if it's in an envelope, and so I'm just going to keep that. And then I did make a card today, this morning I made this, and stuck this piece on here. And I had this embossed piece of paper on my desk as well, and I played with it using the paints that were on the desk, and then I kind of just did the same way I did with this, and with my fingers put paint on it, and it came out really cool. And so I'm calling this Heart Secrets. So that's what this card is. And I did a little sewing on here. I sewed this onto this piece, and I did make a stitch around the heart, and put the linen pieces. And then I got a piece of cardstock, and just with the paint that was on my table, I used it to make a little finger paint. and so that's what that looks like. And on the back it looks like this. I did just pink, and then did a little scribbles, doodling, and then inside I also did a scribble with the paint that was on the table, and put a little pieces of paper and the linen fabric that matched the front. So that's my card, Heart Secrets. And so that's my card. And then last week while I was up recuperating, I was feeling better from my teeth. Actually, my teeth were, after I had surgery, my teeth weren't the problem. It's my ribs, and so getting up and down and trying to sleep sitting up and stuff is really hard. It hurts. But anyway, I did get to sit and do something. So what I did was, going with the theme of this thing, I had a piece of paper that I kind of cut apart, and then I sewed this on here. I painted it, and then I had this paper. It's not paper, I don't know, it's plastic doilies, from Dollar Tree, and I painted that up, and I put it on here and sewed it on this piece of paper. And then with this piece of paper, I took this whole piece of paper and sewed it on fabric, on this fabric. You see where it's sewn here. And then I decided to make a little, I don't know, it's a little notebook, because what else you could do with this other than cards, right? So I did a little notebook. So with all those scraps that I got from that lady at the vintage market, I just pieced them together and sewed them together, and made like a book cover. See how I just sewed it here, and then I just layered it and used cardstock inside. And so on the edge is just that pleather, and I did a little stitching on the edge with my machine. I put this fabric I had in my stash, and then this is that sari silk, and tied it up here. Inside it I put a handkerchief on the inside. So it's another vintage piece I got at the vintage market, and just dabbed it with Fabri-Tac in the inside on top of this inside the book. So this is also lined, and I think I have like 3 different fabrics underneath it, and just to sew it all together because they're in pieces. And so then this is holding the signatures together, sort of. This is like, comes all up here, and then it has this like a bookmark, okay, and it'll hang outside of the book like that. Okay, then I just got some old pages of typewriter paper and graph paper, and just folded it and put it in here. There's different kinds of this old stuff I've had from the 60s probably. So, but look, it's still good. Writing papers, you know, then they had airmail, and I have that too. So I stuck that in there, and then see in the back, you can kind of see the embroidery fabric, and it's underneath here, so you can kind of see it. And this is the handkerchief that I just dabbed on, so it's just like laying, pretty much laying in here. So anyway, so that's what it looks like, and I'll probably sign it, and this will be a gift. So I made that kind of, you know, with my own brain. So I made that up what I do is I just make it up as I go, and it turns out to be not what I expected. So, but it's good. And so before that, I had made this little bag, and I want to give credit to this lady. I saw her video, and she's so sweet and talks so sweetly. She makes these, she showed it on her channel, and it's old little books or old books. Okay, I'm going to have to put it down below when I figure it out what it is. But she made this, the handkerchief, and since I bought a bunch of handkerchiefs, I said, oh, I've got to make one of these. It's so cute. So I doubled it, handkerchiefs, and I cut it in half. Okay, so, and I did the sewing, and I did this. This is for my stash, actually, this little piece of lace. And on the back is the other half of the and see, this I got at the at that vintage market, and these as well. So I cut them in half and sewed them together, and then it's opened right in center. But let me show you the sides. So I made those little rolled roses on the side, and then used this fabric. I think I got it at Joann's, and so that's what the sides look like. So they're both kind of different. This one's kind of more of a rolled, and I really love how it came out so shabby and dainty, and that's my favorite. Look at, there's a cross stitch kind of weave, and this is how I sewed the bag together, and it's all lined. It's all lined with this gingham fabric, and like that, and the sewn insides are sewn with this sari, sari ribbon, it's called. And let's see, and then I put in this, which I'm going to sign and write a note on, and that goes inside the bag. In my bags I usually put this little tag like that, but there's no pockets in here because this is really supposed to be for housing this little notebook. So this goes inside here, and I rather put it the other way. Actually, this is going to go this way so that the spine is on the top, so it'll look like that when you open it, and it's so cute. I love it. So I'm going to make some more of these. They're so fun to make. And so I hope you're inspired and enjoyed my video, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.